I didn't scream. I didn't threaten. I didn't even argue. I just watched my neighbor laugh, while her dog destroyed something I loved. And then one morning, Mud did what I couldn't. If you've ever felt disrespected, ignored, or laughed at while someone crossed your boundaries, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and buckle up because this is one of those quiet revenge stories that hits harder than yelling ever could. I'm not a confrontational person. I'm the kind of neighbor who smiles politely, waves from a distance, and keeps to myself. My house isn't fancy, but it's mine. And the one thing I truly took pride in was my garden. It wasn't huge, but it mattered. Every evening after work, I'd spend time out there, hands in the soil, knees aching, pulling weeds, replanting flowers, trimming leaves that had grown just a little while during the day. It was my stress relief, my therapy, the one place where the noise in my head finally quieted down. Then she moved in next door. At first, nothing seemed off. She was maybe mid-30s, always glued to her phone, always in a hurry. She had a big dog, one of those muscular, energetic breeds that looks like it could pull a truck if it wanted to. Every morning, without fail, she'd open her gate and let the dog loose. No leash, no supervision, just freedom. At first, I didn't connect the dots. I'd walk out to my garden and notice the soil looked disturbed. A plant leaning sideways, dirt scattered where it shouldn't be. I told myself it was probably stray dogs, or kids cutting through the yards, maybe even birds. I fixed everything quietly, replanted, patched the soil, told myself not to overthink it, but the damage kept getting worse. One morning, I found 3 flowers completely uprooted, their roots exposed, leaves torn, soil thrown like someone had kicked it in anger. My chest tightened. That's when I saw it. I looked up and there he was, her dog, right at the fence line, digging, paws flying, dirt spraying everywhere, and right behind him, she was standing there, on her phone, laughing at something on the screen, not looking at the dog, not caring what he was destroying. I stepped outside, heart pounding, not with rage, but disbelief. "Hey," I said, forcing calm into my voice. "Could you please keep your dog away from my side? He's been damaging my plants." She looked at me like I'd interrupted something important. Then she shrugged. "Dogs do these things," she said, with a little laugh. "What do you expect?" That laugh stuck with me. It wasn't loud. It wasn't cruel. It was dismissive. Like my effort, my time, my boundary, meant nothing. Still, I didn't argue. I nodded, went back inside, told myself that now she knew, it would stop. It didn't. The next day, more damage. The day after, worse. So I tried again. I rebuilt the soil, added supports, even installed a small fence on my side. Nothing aggressive, just enough to protect what was mine. Did it help? No. Somehow, every time her dog came out, he ended up right there, digging, scratching, destroying, and she never stopped him. She never even looked. I stopped confronting her, not because I didn't care, but because I realized something important. She liked the power. She liked knowing she could laugh it off, that I'd fix it, that nothing would happen. That's when something inside me shifted. I didn't want to fight her. I wanted my peace back. And one morning, while watering my plants, an idea quietly formed. I started waking up earlier than usual. The air was cold, silent, the neighborhood still asleep, and every morning I watered my garden like normal. Then I watered it some more, extra water, enough that the soil near the fence became thick, heavy, sticky, mud. I didn't flood anything, didn't damage a side, didn't cross a line. I just watered my plants, and then I waited. A few days later, I heard it. A sudden yelp. Not pain, surprise. I stepped outside casually. Her dog was sprawled near the fence, legs splayed, belly covered in mud, his fur completely soaked and brown. He tried to stand, slipped again. She wasn't laughing now. She was shouting his name, panicking, dragging him back toward her house. Mud smearing across the ground with every step. Her clean floors. Ruined. Her dog. A disaster. She shot me a look. I just nodded politely. Said nothing. The next morning it happened again. And again. Every time she let the dog loose near my fence, the mud claimed him. Each time meant more cleaning. More effort. More frustration for her. She never said a word. But she stopped laughing. Eventually, she stopped bringing the dog near my side altogether. Weeks passed. My plants healed. New flowers bloomed. The soil stayed where it belonged. And the silence between us? Perfect. There was no argument. No shouting match. No dramatic confrontation. Just a woman forced to deal with the consequences of her own indifference. Watching her quietly avoid my fence line. Watching her suddenly respect a boundary she once mocked. That was the payoff. Not triumph. Not arrogance. Just calm satisfaction. Revenge doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes, the most powerful. Justice is letting someone walk straight into the consequences they thought would never exist. I never said anything again. And she never laughed again either. If this story made you smile even just a little, hit that like button. Drop a comment below and tell us, what's the most satisfying quiet revenge you've ever seen? And if you want more stories where karma does the talking, subscribe now. Because sometimes, mud speaks louder than words.